Hey guys, welcome back to the Epic Justice Friends podcast. Here, yet again, is Krunk, Mr. Fuyo Mama.
I am Val Halen, the King of Rock, also known as Andre the Walrus.
And
I am everyone's favorite American, Major Glory.
Y'all
Or
American
sh-
American.
yeah,
I am
I'm the American.
apparently, yeah, okay. I'm apparently the James Bond, aka Monkey,
He's a
or
monkey
whatever
who
shit.
flings
I'm a
poo.
monkey. Yeah, I'm a monkey,
And
And
yet
all,
again,
aka Rock
yet
Solid.
again,
Yes.
and
we,
all the
we
way in
decided
the
to keep
corner.
Mandark in the corner.
Yeah, Mandark in the corner.
All the way in the corner of I
Why
don't know.
did I talk?
Because you're not cool enough. So shut up, Mandark.
Okay, so the topic for today is going to be, boys and girls, E3 2010 and our thoughts on it. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to be speaking for Ivan and Rocky. They were busy because they have lives and trash, so they didn't see as much
No,
as
it
me
was
and Andre
school,
did.
man. They freaking had E3 during the week we had school, which kind of sucked balls.
Yeah.
I guess you were already out, Fuyo.
I was
So,
studying to become a
Okay.
psychiatrist.
So let's get
Alright.
started then.
so Fuyo, can I do the opening thoughts about the E3, or do you want to do it?
Oh, go on ahead, Mr. Walrus,
Thank you.
or Mr. Val Halen.
Thank you, Conk. So, I saw E3 2010. I actually saw snippets of it, but I was able to get the whole idea, and I saw most of it. What basically, in my opinion, blew away the competition. We're going to talk about solely about Xbox 360 and PS3. We're not going to talk about the Nintendo, because Nintendo destroyed E3. Nintendo just destroyed.
Basically,
Like they
I
always.
agree. I agree entirely.
So,
They broke the fourth wall, we'll say that.
especially with the release of Donkey Kong Country remake, the 3DS totally blew everyone's mind. And everything. We may end up
Crazy,
talking about
crazy
that
how
in a
many games
future
coming out.
video. We may talk about
Crazy.
Nintendo in a future video.
Definitely.
So,
We're probably get a whole part for Nintendo.
what
Definitely.
basically blew everyone's mind on Xbox 360 wise was the release of the new Xbox 360, which in my opinion was a brilliant marketing strategy by selling it at the
I
same price as the normal Xbox 360, but making it so much better than it. Also,
Yes, and I think it looks it looks new too. I mean, with the PS3 Slim, it was a PS3, but it was smaller. You were like, okay, there we go. But with the new 360, it is indeed smaller too. But it's with like the weird vents on the side. It looks as though it's something newer than just another version of the console.
yeah, and we also saw from the PS3. At least this is in my opinion. PS3 were stating the obvious during their thing, except when they brought out that paid actor whose name I can't remember. But what really
Yeah,
got
Mr.
everyone's
Butler.
mind was the release, not exactly release, but the trailer of Infamous 2, which
That
not,
and Twisted Metal 4. I mean, I don't think we
yeah,
can forget that one because you guys have to understand the background of Twisted Metal 4. The guy, gosh, I forget his name, but he's been a boss for Sony basically. He is denied Twisted Metal 4. They said Twisted Metal 4 is coming. He's like, no, we're not doing it. No, it's not happening. And then all of a sudden, at the very end, boom, there you go, Twisted Metal 4, which was something that a lot of people thought had died as a franchise.
and PS3. That in my opinion, Twisted Metal 4 may end up being like the new God of War 3 for the PS3, and it's gonna just skyrocket the sales of the PS3 even higher.
Hmm.
Because sadly, something that we live with in the world is the modding of video games. Something that the PS3 users seem to forget when they buy it. You can't mod the PS3, while the Xbox, it is fairly easy to mod and play pirated games. I'm going to admit this right now. My Xbox 360 is modded, and I have a whole bunch of games on it. So, yeah.
Indeed.
But the
See, my
PS3. Oh, go ahead, Fuyo.
well, like my whole thoughts was, but the one thing that I think that both tried to do, and I don't think either one succeeded as well as I hoped that they would, was motion control. That's just what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, like for example, Connect. First of all, I got confused during the E3 because everyone was talking about Project Natal, Project Natal. Then it goes in that they change the name completely. They basically revamped Project Natal and called it Connect. They were all talking about Project Natal in E3 2009, saying, "Oh, it's going to be launched at the start of 2010." But they revamped it, made it better for Connect because everyone knows Project Natal was. They tried to launch it too early because
Hmm.
when you're working with something that gets the whole body and motion sensors through for the whole body, and not only that, but it also is able to get the background and to able to visualize the background, you're going to be working with a lot of money. And in my opinion, sadly, I think that Connect is going to end up being a big marketing fail, and I think not Xbox, So I think Microsoft is going to be deeply, deeply, deeply affected on on Kinect. So I don't think Kinect is actually going to go anywhere.
I think they're going for the wrong audience with the Kinect. I don't think they should go and try to get the people that own a Wii because they already own a Wii. They're gonna be like, what's the difference? Just like how people are not gonna recognize the difference between the Move and the thing. Then they're going for the wrong audience. I think they want to get the parents of the kids that already own the Xbox to buy games. So it may not sell consoles, but I think if they do it right, Kinect can sell games.
Maybe. But like one thing for example, is something that is just basically easy. Shooter games and racing games, which is sadly what Microsoft has become today. Today Microsoft is just basically shooter games and
Yeah,
yeah. Look what they did to Banjo-Kazooie. And
it's horrible.
the two
Horrible.
things. Steering. Shut up, Mandark. Stay in the corner. So go.
God!
So
Mandark, go back to your corner and do
so
whatever voice.
I think that this is my
There's some
opinion.
poop over there.
Take it up on the toilet.
But this is my opinion. But the Xbox 360, the Kinect, how is it going to go for shooters and for racing games? If they want to make Kinect, they're going to have to make it for the game that comes out the most on the Xbox console, which is shooters. And I just don't see shooters happening for Kinect. At least not well made.
Indeed. Plus, I definitely think here that the way, like I said, I think they're branding it wrong as entirely because they're releasing all these games. It's like, I mean, they have Rare doing a Wii Sports whip. Basically, it's a Wii Sports ripoff. I'm sorry, you can say Rare's going to do something magical. They're not. It's going to be a Wii Sports ripoff. I think Natal as the technology is cool, but there's a few things that I don't know if the technology is technically ready for the mass market. Like for one example, you can't sit while you play the game. You can't
Yeah.
sit because they say that with your knees bending and there's something that's with you, the game can't recognize your body. So when it was showing that kid playing that game, that racing game, sitting down, turning into the controllers, he wasn't really. That's not going to be possible now. You have to stand up to play racing games, which seems stupid.
Yeah. And another thing that we saw on E3 was the PlayStation Move, which in my opinion is just a disgrace. I looked at the PlayStation Move, I was like, I literally face palm because like the PlayStation Move is the Wii remote. Who here is kidding? The PlayStation Move is a Wii for PlayStation. It's the PlayStation Wii.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that, and I do agree with that. I do. I think their technology may be a little bit better than the Wii. I think it may be a little better than Motion Plus, but I don't know if it's that big if it's big enough of a jump to warrant a bunch of people thinking, well, I need to buy this
Because
now.
sadly today it's not Xbox versus PS3 that is getting the market. It's Xbox and PS3 against the Wii because Nintendo, with the whole Xbox versus PS3 war, this is my opinion. The whole Xbox versus PS3 war just made Nintendo start going up the ladder, going up the ladder. When Sony and Microsoft found out about Nintendo, Nintendo was already on the top sales. I mean, look at the DS. The DS is what? Yeah, it
It's the
passed.
highest. It's the highest selling console of all time. It's beat the
Yeah.
PS2. Yes, it's the highest selling console of all time.
Like
Yes!
shut up, man, Dark. We all know you love the Sony Mega Drive. Sony Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive.
And the
Touch something
Dreamcast.
nice.
You can't forget the Dreamcast, guys. I love that thing.
And you got a good point there. You started off on Sega. Sega. Something that I've been wanting to say. Sega, a company that is classic for its games. A company that is the innovator of video games, which is basically what started video games all along. They have become shit.
Nintendo.
Like we all saw on E3, Sonic Colors. Like Sonic,
I'm
it just looks so bad. I'm sorry. It looks like it's going.
It sounds gay.
I think Sonic Colors. I definitely think that they're thinking, okay, we have definitely screwed up majorly, and they've went downhill. I'm sorry to say it, any Sony fans. I'm sorry. I mean, not Sony, Sega. Excuse me. I think they're releasing Sonic 4, which is back to the original franchise that people loved, and I was like, bam, loving it. Sonic Colors, they say it'll carry a lot of the Sonic 4 traits of it, which I'm hoping they actually keep because from what I've seen of Sonic 4, I'm like, yes. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to try to do some clever thing like they did with the sword, which I'm like, that's dumb.
And yeah, and on that note, we're gonna start off the recap for this episode because we are already reaching 10 minutes. So good old Mr. Mandark, what's your recap, Mandark? Thank you, Mandark. Okay, what's your recap? what's
Glad you
your
guys this through.
what's your recap, Krunk?
Well, I personally believe that the PS3 did beat the 360. I mean, beat Microsoft, just as in the fact that I like the technology of Kinect, but for the games, I'm not feeling it at all. So I definitely think the PS3 won just because they dedicated more time to the traditional games.
I'm gonna have to go with Krunk on that one. Although I'm a rock hard Xbox fan, but shut up, Mandark. Yeah. So I think that just about wraps it up. On the next episode, which will be the final part, we will probably talk about the motion sensors and about Sega a little bit more and Sonic. So
And maybe some Nintendo if we can get that in there.
yeah, we can get some Nintendo in there. So Justice Friends, signing out.
Peace out.